First across the line tonight, Mr. Mike Draco, Cincinnati represented in the house. Nancy Weems here with us. Good to see both of you guys. Oh.
There it is. Good Thursday evening. Welcome back to Torque Performance Television. I am your host, Jason Hallman, and joining me tonight is going to be my co-host, Mr. John O'Brien. As always, we'll have Chris Callen from Source Media with quick 60 news. How are you this week?
Pretty good. Actually, the Sturgis, everyththing's coming together with the Sturgis. You know what I mean? So, like last week, it was fucking chaos. This week.
The Sturgis thing is happening. You know, you can't do the Sturgis thing. It's 10 days. I only have 10 days. Do you know what I have to get done in 10 days? I can't even bear to. I've just told Chris, I said, I'm not going to sleep. And I called Heather and I called Chris. I said, I'm just telling you right now, you guys can say anything you want to me. You can berate me. You can whatever. I'm all for the take. And I have only got 24 hours in a day. I needed about 25 to get what I need to get done. And I need to sleep and eat at some point in time in there. So we have a killer show tonight, John. So we were, as many, you may or may not know, I know you know, John, we worked real hard to try to develop some strategic marketing partners with lots of different people in the industry. Yep. We've done so. We've done some really good things. And I'm going to go over that later in the episode, just to announce we've got some new sponsors this week. But we were able to put something together. We were asked by Law Tigers through our work with the BRL. And I didn't know all the moving parts that were here, but they are doing the largest giveaway ever for Sturgis. They are doing a 3-position prize pack. So it's a sweepstakes. It is the Stylin In Sturgis sweepstakes. They're giving away a brand new custom built motorcycle by Paul Yaffe, and he collaborated with Nick Trask, Curtis Hoffman. Yeah! The paint on this thing is bananas, and it made a ton of horsepower. And they're
before they painted it, the honeycomb carbon fiber.
I love the
you know what I mean? Like him picking that up. You know what I mean? The way they built everything up, it was really put together. You know what I mean? But not only the bike, the promotion. You know what I mean? Well, the bike's insane.
You can't win. You know you can't win it, right?
I can't win it, but I hope they don't leave it unlocked in Sturgis.
In fact, though, you know, one of the reasons we can't win it is they've already picked the winner. I don't know who it is. We don't know who it is, but we're going to announce it tonight on this show. So I want to make sure everybody remembers that right over here, you can put your comments up here. If you've got questions, please put your comments in there so that we can interact with you guys. And please like, share, and we appreciate all of your support that we've been getting. I want to just go right into what we have here, John. I don't know if you've seen this video, but this is the video that was made, the official video made by Paul Yaffe, just kind of calling out everybody that helped put this thing together. And let's just show that right now. This is the Paul Yaffe and Law Tigers build video.
My name is Paul Yaffe, and I design custom motorcycle parts. So I am the conductor of the orchestra, would be the best way to put it. So I said, let me call a couple of my buddies who I know would also like to have fun with that. Curtis Hoffman, the king of carbon fiber. Curtis gave us a complete carbon fiber body for this bike. It's so lightweight, and it's just super cool looking, and it's super high tech. Really is a nice foundation for a great looking performance bagger. ODC out of Milan. These guys are the kings of suspension. JC is killing it with the paint, trash turbos. So he gave me one of his killer billet swing arms. He gave us one of his cool little shift linkages. He put one of his handmade super duper bitchin' turbo kits on this thing, and 150, 160 bolt-on horsepower, which is insane. And if you've never ridden one of these things, it's about the equivalent of getting shot out of a cannon.
I'm jealous. Right out of the gate, I'm jealous.
When this bike wasn't complete, and we had the conversation about it a couple weeks ago with these guys,
we talked.
I was impressed with it then, and you know what I mean. It was probably 70% then.
Well, when you have put in 30 plus years into the business, and you have made some of the alliances with some of the other people that have put in the same equal or little bit lesser time, but are still doing quality work, like Paul and his cohorts, you can't expect anything but a complete, done, finished bitchin' product. And the bike is completed. I've seen some pictures of it. I know you've seen some pictures of it.
It's impressive.
So here's how this is going to go tonight. We are going to go, we're going to do our normal quick 60 Torque quick 60 news with Chris Callen. Then we're going to go to, when we go to commercial break, when we come back, we're going to introduce you to Mr. Paul Yaffe, Mr. Adam Sandoval, the team at Law Tigers, Ari Levenbaum, and his cohort, Lionel Gammon. And they're going to tell us all about the Stylin In Sturgis sweepstakes. But right now we need to go to Chris Callen with his Torque quick 60 news.
All right, thanks a lot, Jason and John. Hey, this is Chris with Cycle Source Magazine, and this is the Torque Quick 60. First up in the Quick 60 tonight, and this is coming in from Ride Apart. Watch the fastest Triumph Bonneville Bobber go drag racing. Now, this is a great story about a cat that took the Triumph Bonneville Bobber. Thornton 100 is the cat's name, TH Racing. Stock comes in at 77 horsepower. This cat was bumping this thing up through the 160 range, supercharged it, threw a nitrous kit on it. He's up over 200 horsepower, but this is the real thing I want to talk about. Drag racing is coming back across all brands, dude. And this guy is getting it.
Look at that.
Wow.
It's worth the wait. I love drag racing.
I love the build up. Is that a Santa pod?
Now, don't get me wrong. Looks like maybe he could still work on the reaction time a little bit, but I just want to give him some credit, and that's in honor of both the Baker All In to Go All Out that's happening in Sturgis this year, and the drag races that the guys from San Diego Custom are putting on. So drag racing is coming back to Sturgis. Get out and support it. If you want to keep seeing that stuff go on, make sure that they know that you're digging what they're doing.
It's not just drag racing. You know what I mean? The flat track is picking up. You know what I mean? Obviously the bagger stuff, the hooligan. You know what I mean? It's all on an up climb. You know what I mean? Which is excellent.
And
it's funny, a couple of years ago we talked about what we needed to do next with this performance scene, and it's like to really ride the motorcycle and see how far we can push them.
How fast they can go.
And for a few years now, like the rest of the racing has been coming back around hard with Sturgis, but it's so good. Like, John, back in the day when I still wore a younger man's clothes, the Sturgis dragway, like going to Sturgis drag racing, man, that was like big church, like that was.
Oh shit!
Oh man, it was something else. Anyway, let's move on. Next, this coming in from the Highland Country Press. AMA Vintage Motorcycle Days returns to Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course for a massive two-wheeled weekend. The weekend Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, motorcyclists across the country will unite for the AMA Vintage Motorcycle Days presented by Royal Enfield July 23rd through the 25th. This is one of the largest annual gatherings worldwide of motorcyclists, enthusiasts, swap meet vendors, and collectors. It's all for a great cause, serving as a fundraiser for the American Motorcycle Association Hall of Fame, a nonprofit organization located in nearby Pickering, Ohio, that works to preserve the history and tradition of motorcycling in the United States. Also want to mention our good friends over at Biltwell are one of the presenting sponsors this year, so they're joining the ranks of the AMA Vintage Days.
That's good. That was always a big. People used to, when I lived in Michigan, that was a big weekend that people talked about. Going to Mid-Ohio, going to the Mid-Ohio Vintage races was a big deal.
Now, a lot of news is coming out of manufacturers this week, and, obviously the Sportster that we're going to talk about here tonight, but one of the big pieces of news that everyone across motorcycling is talking about is Triumph threw down a mighty, mighty gauntlet this week. Triumph announces intent to enter motocross and enduro worlds. So,
Chris, didn't they have a motocross bike in the early 70s?
We were talking about that this weekend at the Harley press event, and I can't remember officially a motocross bike, but here's the thing. Even if they did before, it wasn't going to be an effort like this, because to enter motocross and enduro world championships, that's really saying that you're going to do something. That's not screwing around. That's coming out with something substantial. And to back that up, they got the likes of Ricky Carmichael himself, unarguably greatest of all time, involved in the product development, and super excited. Obviously, no pictures in this that we can see even a hint of what's going on, but I thought it was so worth mentioning, because literally every single journalist that I know right now is talking about this story.
Yeah, Chris, any time frame on that? Any indication on when it will drop?
It doesn't really say. Like, it just comes out and says, "Hey, this is coming," and it's showing Carmichael. It's showing another racer, Yvonne Cervantes, is also involved in the development. And
Chris, do you think
it's a mighty teaser
coming out with everybody seeming to have kind of all this new stuff coming up all at one time? I think some people actually really used 2020 and a little bit of the downtime that they had with existential things going on the outside to just kind of hunker down and really create
agree.
Neat space, man. Well, I mean, there's neat things.
Look what we did in the media even. I think anyone that was smart really spent their time at home in a positive way. Really readdressed all ends of their business, really took a look at the market, really took a look at positioning, and the leading companies. I mean, there's been some negative comments going around about the Sportster, but who can argue with the fact that Harley-Davidson finally has a legitimate midweight motorcycle? You know what I mean? Like, that is news that is a decade overdue.
And the jokes with the exhaust, you know what I mean? Did you see the photo where they fucking photoshopped it? The exhaust was like 2/3.
And they're pretty close. It's pretty close.
It is funny. It's accurate. And what I tell people is, who the fuck cares what that exhaust looks like? What is the first thing you're going to take off of it?
Yep.
Opportunity. Historically. Opportunity knocks, dude. I'm a fan.
And we're going to talk. We're going to talk some more about that, because even the guys at the factory, even the people involved in developing that product, are like, the comments they made this weekend at the press event were, "We can't wait to see what happens." You know what I mean? So they're even waiting to see what's next with it. Anyway, moving on to another manufacturer that's in the news, and this is going to blow your mind, man, because one of the big pressures for Harley-Davidson to change up the Sportster, on top of, the global positioning of the brand and everything else, is the fact that they literally, since '86, since the Evo Sportster came out, they were their own worst competitor. You know what I mean? Like, there were more Evo Sportsters out there all the time. Well, it seems like they might have taken some direction from that themselves. Harley-Davidson launches HD1 Marketplace for pre-owned motorcycles. Check that out. HD.com, an online destination to sell and purchase pre-owned Harley-Davidson motorcycles across North America. Launching first in the U.S.
Is that something that can utilize, like, the rider-to-rider, where you can finance through Harley?
Well, that was my next question. Is this a way for them to actually be engaged in the selling process and selling financing, or is this person to person or business to business?
You can figure, like, they're obviously not. I would suspect there's nothing here that says that to me, but
it's gotta be.
Harley is dually engaged in building community and building business. So I'm sure that there's going to be an opportunity in that for finance, because it's going to have to make sense for them for the time. But it's pretty cool. I mean, what other brand actually fosters the used market?
Not many, not successfully. I mean, people have tried to do it before in the car business, but no, I'm excited about all of I think we have with all of the news that you've been reporting the last few weeks, just with the manufacturers, and it kind of seems to be they're looking at things through a different lens, that we have an arguable 5 to 8, if not 10 year of moving forward, that it's going to be actually tons of opportunity.
Yeah, progression.
Okay, so last up in the news, and this is coming in from the Black Hills Pioneer. City of Sturgis donates to Motorcycle Museum. City of Sturgis has donated $20,000 to the Sturgis Motorcycle Museum and Hall of Fame. Sturgis City Council committed $100,000 to the museum in 2018 to help fund expansion and interpretation efforts. It's in the fourth installment in that commitment, accepting the check from Sturgis Mayor Mark Karsten at Monday's City Council meeting, where Vinny Taranov left and museum executive director Emma Garvin Wright. So that's
big up to the city of Sturgis for understanding that bikers do a lot of stuff in their community in the short amount of time that we spend there.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
So that's all I got for you guys tonight.
Cool.
I want to make it short and sweet so you can get on to your show. You guys got a killer show tonight, so
more on the Sportster later.
Yeah, more on Sportster later.
We're gonna
second half of the show
battle it out.
Me and Jason are going for round 2. Hey man, thanks for taking some time with me. Jason and John, thanks for giving me a minute of your show. Until next week with more of the Torque Quick 60.
All right. Thank you, Chris. John, we have so much stuff we've got to get through right now that I think the best thing for us to do right now, let's go to our first commercial break. And when we come back, we're coming back with Paul Yaffe, Adam Sandoval, R11 Bomb, and his team from Law Tigers. And they're going to tell us all about the largest prize pack that's ever been awarded for Sturgis right after this.
Winners right here.
Hey guys, Mikkel here from Clockworks. Today I'm going to talk to you about a fantastic cleaning product that we offer called Shine Werks. I usually apply the product on one side of the microfiber towel and usually have a dry side, so kind of like the Karate Kid, you're going to do a wax on, wax off, clean it with one side, flip it to the dry side, you'll have no streaks left. But Shine Werks is a really great product that cleans and details the entire motorcycle for you. Everybody knows us because of our fantastic Clockworks Flare windshields, but a lot of people didn't know that we also have a great cleaning product. Shine Werks is a cleaning product that will clean and detail the whole bike. Now you can have something that will safely clean and protect the matte finish and also shine the gloss part as well as the windshield and any chrome you have on the motorcycle. Pick up a bottle at your local dealership, give us a call, order it on getclock.com. You can even find us on Amazon Prime now.
And welcome back to the Shine Werks studio. I am your host, Jason Hallman, together with my co-host, John O'Brien from Hardcore Cycles in Philadelphia, PA. We have a big night in front of us here. We have 3 lucky winners, but before we introduce them, I wanted to bring in R11 Bomb and his team from the folks over at Law Tigers. And we've got a good interview here. We've got a lot of moving parts, but we're going to talk to Paul. We're going to talk to Adam Sandoval. He's a veterans advocate that does a lot of riding around the country and a lot of work for veterans causes. And we're going to bring in Lionel and Ari from Law Tigers. So without further delay, let's go ahead and bring in our guests for this evening. Good evening, gentlemen. How are you this evening?
Good. Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us.
Good. Right. Yeah. Adam, you can tell Adam's done this before. He's got the thumbs up. So, so Ari, we started talking a couple weeks ago and you said, hey man, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but we're giving away the biggest sweepstakes that's ever been given away at Sturgis. And the prize pack is worth, like you said, like $120,000.
Actually, I think it's more. I was just talking to Lionel about it. And after all the hours that Paul put in, I think it's probably even more than that. Yeah, I mean, the bike we thought originally, was going to be around maybe, I don't know, 80, but I think it's closer to 90. And, Paul's time ain't cheap. I can attest to that. So it's really been an amazing collaboration. And, I'd say the first place prize alone is worth, I don't know, 95,000 plus, and that doesn't include second and third. So no, it's the biggest, baddest package I think of all time. And Lionel, my compadre, got to give a shout out to him because he put a lot of this together and made it happen, along with all the folks on this show as well, and some others that deserve recognition. Awesome.
Lots of people over here on my right, Hari, are saying hello to you. So Jason Sims from the Cannonball Chronicles is watching tonight. So he's sending his gratitude to you, or his salutations. So lots of moving parts here on this. We got 3 prize packs, 3 winners. Paul, why don't you tell me a little bit about the bike that you built for Law Tigers and why you decided to go with a turbo?
Well, one, because Trask turbos rock, and I've had a couple of them on my bikes in the past, and we were building a definite performance-themed sport touring type profile or platform, I should say, and just the thought of having one of Nick's turbos on the bike, one, it just makes fantastic horsepower. 2, they're still fairly exotic, and there's nothing like the whine or the whistle of a turbo when it fires up. And Nick's done so much innovation with his turbo system, especially in the past year or so with this new header he's doing and his new stainless steel pipes, and it's just a fantastic product. And I'm also a huge fan of Nick's and all the things he's created. And so sorry. Yeah,
you're fine. No, you're fine. We got a photo bomber back there. No, there's a lot of things on a turbo bike that there's a lot of misconceptions about a turbo bike. We had Nick Trask on one of our first episodes. People think they run too hot, they make too much power, they're going to leak, then I'm not going to get good gas mileage. And it's all about efficiency, right, Paul? Something like that makes the bike make more power at a more efficient RPM. So you're really not running it as hard as you think you would be unless you really want to.
I agree with you completely. And in early turbo days, I would call it, there certainly was, heat is certainly a factor, but Nick's addressed that with his intercoolers, his larger inlets, the new stainless, like I said, the new stainless headers he's making are greatly reducing operating temperatures. And, he's never made a better product. And I just think they're super fun. Of course, having that thing hanging off your bike is, it's just an incredible conversation piece. And it's still a crowd pleaser.
Looks like he froze. There you go.
Paul, with building the bike the way you did, and going with the turbo, with the carbon fiber, was this? I know you did bikes prior with Law Tigers. Is this the next step? I mean, as far as your performance, like, is there anything beyond on a bike that you can do? Because I'm looking at it and it's maxed out. You can't go any lighter. You can't go any faster.
So there's always more things you can do. I really wanted to play with those stock Prodigy wheels from Harley and do some stripped them and polished, and then did a powder coating sequence on them to turn them that kind of translucent orange, which turned out really cool. But, there's all kinds of exotic wheels you could use. The Brembo brakes that are on it work great, depending on how you're riding the bike and what kind of paces you're putting it through. You certainly could do some more braking work. There's always cubic inches, that can go under a turbo. So, it's depending on your riding style and what you're doing, there's things you can do. But what's really one of the most fun things about this bike and the way it's put together in its current platform is that there's so much on it that's tunable to your riding style. And I want to take a moment and talk about the ODC suspension and the fact and how it is tunable. And it's unbelievable how much you can affect the way that bike handles and rides by tuning the suspension to your needs, to your specific style of riding and where you like to put the bike through its paces. I've learned a lot in the past year and a half being involved with ODC, and I really never knew how much one click on rebound and dampening and compression can completely change the way that bike handles in a particular.
Paul, is that something you're going to set up for the winter here in the next couple of weeks in Sturgis when they take over? When they take ownership of this killer machine.
Sorry, I'm losing you a little bit. Sorry.
Yeah, Susie, are you going to tune the suspension for these people for the winter?
Yeah.
Once they take ownership in Sturgis?
I'm going to set it up in a neutral environment, but I'm going to set it up. I'm going to preset it, I guess, is what I'm going to say. Yep. But again, depending on the weight of the rider, right? Whether he rides two up, whether he's a canyon guy, whether he's a street guy, a highway guy. There's just so much more. It's endless what he can do to it.
Awesome.
Or she.
That's right. Yeah. So I wanted to go over when I switch over and talk to Adam Sandoval real quick. So Adam Sandoval is a veterans advocate and a rider. He is the proprietor of the K River Campground, which is where our very own Jace Hudson hosts his Fast Life camp out at least a couple of times. I don't know if that's the official home of it, but he's got a fan, Barbara Ivy, is on there. Adam Sandoval, Scootin' America is awesome. We've been to the K River Campground 2 times for the 2019 Bring It Home and for the Stubborn American. So let's bring in Adam real quick and find out how Adam got involved. How did you get involved with Law Tigers, Adam, and where do you fall and fit into this whole prize package?
Oh boy, me and Law Tigers, we have a pretty long history and a really grand one at that. When I was touring the country on my motorcycle, I was riding to every Harley Davidson dealership in the country. It was about an 88,000 mile road trip. I came into Sturgis pretty banged up from a rodeo accident in Cody, Wyoming on my way in, and needed a place to sleep. And the Law Tigers took me in. Had really no reason to do it other than just being kind and caring about the motorcycle community and me being a rider. And we just created a really good relationship ever since. And I think I've been with them every year of the Stylin In Sturgis giveaway, and it's been absolutely amazing to see the winners. I've got to meet them. I've got to get involved in the sweepstakes and all the companies that they bring together to surprise riders with dream vacations. I mean, these are once in a lifetime opportunities, and I've been honored to be part of every one of them.
Yeah, I think we forget about that sometimes working in this industry full time like we do. We just kind of take it for granted that Sturgis is going to happen. We're going to find our way there. We're going to see people that we don't get to break bread with very often with. But and Adam, you're much more than just a rider. You do a lot of work for veterans organizations. Your K River Campground, if I remember correctly, you offer free camping sites to veterans when they come over that way. And that's in Oklahoma, is it not?
Yeah, it's in Moyers, Oklahoma. It's right on the border of Texas. And we're on the river there. And yeah, we have free cabins for veterans, fully handicapped, accessible push button open doors and Hoyers for disabled veterans. RV spots, tent spots. You know, we veterans can come and stay there free every day of the year.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
So in the sweepstakes winner is going to get, there's going to be 3 sweepstakes winners tonight. I want to make sure that I preface that. There is going to be only 1 motorcycle given away to the grand prize winner. But Adam, I understand you're going to have some FaceTime with all 3 of the winners at some point in time in Sturgis. And can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, you know, I'd like to do this. We did it last year, and you know, I'm really looking forward to taking the first and second place winner for an afternoon on the Strip. If you've never been to Sturgis before, you know, walking the Strip is an experience, and you know, there's so many great motorcycles to check out, and the different characters and people, and the scenes and the bars and restaurants. It's really neat. So I'm going to take an afternoon. I'm going to take 1 and 2, and I'm going to take them on a private escorted tour of the Strip on Sturgis.
Yeah, it's funny. You know, I've been to Daytona so many times. I've been to Sturgis so many times. Walking Main Street in Daytona is a very different experience than walking Main Street in Sturgis. Somehow Daytona always wins the Keep It Sketchy award for Main Street.
That's not just bike week.
No, I love Florida. My wife and I go to Daytona as often as we can, even when it's not a bike week, just because of how sketchy it is. Let's bring in Ari and let's talk about these prizes that you're giving away, Ari.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, by the way, it looks like my brother-in-law, Johnny Hampton, chimed in a couple seconds ago, and he actually just surprised me and us and said he's going to throw in these IVs for the first and second place winner and their guest over at Glencoe. So he actually set up there for the whole week, and they have a mobile unit. They'll come to your cabin. So not only are you getting all these great prizes, but you're going to be able to get an IV if you're hungover or you just need a little pick-me-up. So that was pretty cool.
I might need a little bit of both. I'll need his number. When we get off the show, if you could text me his number. I've done that once before.
I think they're going to do house calls, actually. I mean, they're going to be in Glencoe, but he's got a couple of nurses, and I think they're going to go around to other places. They actually took care of a bunch of my friends last year, and I'll tell you what, when you get Adam got it, and you get one of those shots, it's got vitamins and liquid, you know, all kinds of nutrients, and it makes a difference whether you're hungover or not. So I want to thank Johnny. That was unexpected. Thanks for doing that, Johnny.
See, we're raising the stakes already. So why don't you introduce us to your team, Ari? I know Lionel is on deck, and he's kind of one of the brain trusts in this and coming up with all the different prize packages and structuring the sweepstakes. And introduce Lionel to everybody.
Sure. So Lionel is my good friend and really right-hand guy. Without him, much of this wouldn't happen. He runs my entire grassroots team with managers and directors of about 40 individuals across the country, and he makes stuff happen. In particular, he oversees all of our large-scale events, all of our local initiatives, anything grassroots with shops, clubs, dealerships, events. It's his bailiwick. And so he and I were hanging out one night at my house, barbecuing, and we decided, you know what, we got to do something cool. We got to raise the stakes, and we're going to create this very cool contest called Stylin In Sturgis. And so we collaborated. He does most of the heavy lifting. I bring together some of the people, but the legwork is truly done by him, and he deserves credit. So I'm going to let him talk to you about this whole process and what's involved, because I think it's interesting to hear kind of what goes on behind the scenes. So Lionel, you've got the floor, my friend.
All right, thank you, and good evening, everybody. It's such an honor to be with everybody, and Ari, you hit the nail right on the head. We started this 5 years ago in your backyard over there by the crappy airport, eating steak, and decided we want to do something better for the motorcycle industry, and that's where it was all born. And honestly, we as Law Tigers take some credit for putting this together, but in reality, the true credit is our partners. I mean, you've got Paul here with us. We've talked about all the builders of the bike, but we've also left out some of our other partners. And a quick shout out to these folks. They're not just partners of the Law Tigers brand, but they're personal friends of mine. Scott and Alexa Jacobs are donating some artwork. The winners are going to get to have a meet and greet at their brand new brew house up there in Deadwood. And they did that last year. And I'll tell you, that's probably the highlight of my rally, was sitting with Scott and hearing some of his stories at his brew house. Rockford Fosgate, big shout out to those guys giving us sound systems for the second place and third place winner. They're getting full sound systems for their bikes. We couldn't do it without you guys. You've been doing this for years. We appreciate you. Another company near and dear to my heart is Magnum Research. You guys all know we're motorcycle riders, and we love our bikes and we love our guns. And so Magnum Research has been with us for a number of years, helping us keep our Second Amendment rights, and they're hooking us up with some, as my son calls it, a hand cannon, a 50 caliber Desert Eagle. And so what a cool prize to have that for these winners as well. And I'll tell you, if you haven't shot one, again, mad props to Magnum Research. They hooked me up with one last year, took it hog hunting this spring. I felt bad for those hogs, felt bad for my wrist, but it was a heck of a good time. So big shout out Magnum Research. Thank you. Night Rider Jewelry stepped up this year. They've always been with us from day one. They're one of the original members of the Stylin In Sturgis family. The winner's getting a $2,500 shopping spree while in Sturgis at their Main Street location. So it's going to be good. I mean, these winners not only are going to be rolling around in style on this great Paul Yaffe build, but they'll also have a little bit of bling around their neck and on their fingers to go along with it. Quick shout out Fat Scooters hooking us up with the Fatty HD. Love you guys. Appreciate that. Hot Leathers. You guys don't know Hot Leathers. You haven't been to a rally in the past 20 years, in my opinion. Giving us shopping sprees. They are giving $1,000 shopping sprees to second place and third place. And so super proud of that. Of course, we can't forget about Glencoe. The folks at Glencoe Camping Resort have been good friends of ours. They've one of the originals as well. Second place and first place are both getting hooked up. You're staying at the rally for free. That's 10 days. We're going to get you taken care of. All the entertainment, camping, cabins, everything you need. And so you'll be there. I think I'm fixing. Ari, am I forgetting anybody?
I think you got it all.
And that was off the top of my head. I don't know how I did that. It's been so long I've been working on this, but it's one of those things that, again, this is one of those things that we as the Law Tigers, we pride ourselves in helping out the motorcycle riding community. And you know, Jason, you said it yourself. We take advantage of getting to go to this rally on our own, and sometimes we get paid to be there, so we take it for granted. But to bring people there, and I've been blessed to actually host every single one of the winners for the past 5 years, and to see somebody walk around Main Street Sturgis and literally go store to store to store collecting prizes is just a cool experience. It's something I'm grateful to be a part of. I love the fact that we're able to come together, and it has been documented. It has been double, triple checked that this is the largest giveaway in Sturgis history. So we've got big shoes to fill. We're going to do it again next year, but I'll tell you, what a cool prize pack. And I can tell you right now, you tell me, Jason, if you're ready or not, but I've got 3 new best friends. I guarantee it. And if you're ready, I would love to bring them in, because honestly, I asked them earlier if their palms are sweaty, and my palms are getting sweaty because I want to know who won this beautiful bike.
Well, how about if we run down what we have? We're going to bring, let's run down the prize packs, because we have the 3 videos showing you exactly what these winners are going to win tonight. And Chris, if we could show those, that would be great. Let's show the third place, what third place is going to get. Then we'll do second, and then we'll do first. We'll bring him in and introduce him.
Did it again with 3 amazing prize packages worth more than $120,000. It's Stylin In Sturgis. The third place prize is worth more than $10,000. The Law Tigers are bringing you the 81st annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally to you with a full bagger sound system from Rockford Fosgate, a custom 1911 from Magnum Research, and a Fatty HD from Fat Scooter. The Law Tigers did it again. 3 amazing prize packages worth more than $120,000. It's Stylin In Sturgis. The second place prize is worth more than $25,000 and includes a trip to the 81st annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally, complete with a stay at Glencoe Camping Resort, a sound system from Rockford Fosgate, a shopping spree at Night Rider Jewelry, Desert Eagle from Magnum Research, a Hot Leathers gift card, and a meet and greet with Scott and Alexa Jacobs. The Law Tigers are giving 3 lucky riders the prize of a lifetime, worth more than $120,000. It's Stylin In Sturgis. The grand prize includes a trip to the 81st annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally and a custom Paul Yaffe bagger, valued at over $85,000. Your bike will feature Hoffman Designs carbon fiber parts, rolling art custom motorcycle paint, exclusive parts from Trask Performance and ODC suspension, complete with a stay at Glencoe Camp Resort.
I would be happy to win any of those. The third prize. I would love to have a really nice 1911 45 caliber pistol. That would be awesome.
Hey, real quick, Jason. So one thing that was left out on the third place, there's also a Hot Leathers gift card. And for everyone that is on, for those that aren't aware, we had 119,200 entrants. So, wow. That broke all records.
Narrow it down to these three, right?
These are the lucky three out of almost 120,000 people that entered, and we blew all records. I think last year Lino was what, 60, 70,000, something like that?
Yeah, we had about 70,000 riders that entered in.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, our core business is representing injured motorcycle riders, but we're so much more than that. We like to support the riding community, give back, work with folks like Adam and Paul, and just have a good time in the process. But this is not really, we're not a contest company. We're a law firm and a lifestyle brand first. But these are just the opportunities that have been afforded to us because of what we do, and because we have such great local attorneys throughout the country who support us and who we represent. We've got such great partners in the industry. So really, this was truly a team effort, and now it's going to be really a challenge for Lionel and I to take it to the next level. I'm gonna have to hit up. I'm gonna have to hit up someone for another bike, and then I'm gonna have to do something really nice for Paul for next year, because I know he's pretty busy and pretty tired right now. We were just one of like a shit ton to build. Paul, how many bikes are you building now for Sturgis?
8 this week.
8.
Holy shit.
So let's meet these contestants, Lionel and Ari.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
let's
do
bring
it.
in my new 3 best friends.
I'm excited.
In no particular order at all. First, it's Kyle Runyon.
Lionel and Ari.
I'm here. Spencer Pack. Here we go. Hey, turn your camera for us, bud. You're sideways.
Nope. There we go. Everybody. There we go.
So I'll tell you, Jason, you and I are pretty close, but I'll tell you what, I have 3 new best friends right here. And I think I can ask for things.
Look at the smiles already. They haven't even known they don't even know what they've won yet, but they are absolutely smiling. Are you guys excited to find out who won what?
Let's do it.
Anything's awesome. And let me tell you one quick thing, Jason. I forgot to tell you. So we've got Kyle, you're out of Tennessee, right?
Yes, sir.
And then we've got Christy, you're Washington State, up north?
Yes.
And then we got Spencer out of Oklahoma, correct?
Where's Spencer? I don't see him.
We got a Sanoki.
Yeah, he came in full effect.
Is Spencer there?
I was excited to see everyone across the country like that.
Is Spencer there? I don't see him. Is he on? I don't see him.
Yeah, he's at the bottom there.
Hey, Spencer, turn your camera so we can get to the side. There we go. There you go. There it is.
Wait a second, guys.
In the background of Christy here.
Spencer's on mute.
Above her head. She is ready to go.
I do. I got a lot of whiskey back here, too.
All right. Ari, the suspense is killing us. You gotta.
1 second. Spencer is on mute. I want him to be able to participate in this.
Okay, Spencer, take yourself off mute. There you go.
There he goes.
So which do you guys think you're first? Which do you think you're the first place winner?
For me?
So hey, I want the reason we did this, by the way, is because a lot of times you win a prize, you hear about these contests, and then you never hear who wins. And so when I talk to Jason and Lon, I'm like, let's do this, in a way that everyone can see it. Let's celebrate this and show people there are actually winners that come out of these contests. And so I'm so glad that we were able to showcase this to everybody on this channel. And thank you guys for broadcasting it. So are we ready? Are we ready to do this? Are we ready to? Can I get a drum roll?
I'm super excited.
Can we get a drum roll?
So, Ari, do you want me to put the 3 winners back into the waiting room and bring them in one at a time? How do you want to do it?
let's do that. Let's
Okay.
do that.
Wait a little longer.
We're guys.
He's going up and down. He's almost out of breath.
I'm nervous and I'm not even winning anything. All right. So
I want to know who won.
All right. So we're going to start with third. Our third place Bring the Rally to You prize pack worth over $10,000 goes to Christy Manier. Congratulations, Christy. Christy, congratulations. You're our third place winner.
That's awesome.
prize package worth $10,000, right?
Hey, any of them were amazing prizes. I'm super excited.
Are you a gun owner? Because you're going to be one now. You're getting a 1911 from Magnum Research and a really cool fat scooter. Paul and I actually have them. They're pretty dope.
I'm pretty excited. I think actually the household that I live in, that's like the one that all of my roomies wanted the most. So, but I was excited for any of them. They're all just super, super incredible prizes, and I just feel so blessed.
Are you an avid rider yourself?
No, I like my whole growing up, my father had a Harley, and I like always dreamed that when he passed, like it would come to me, and then he passed and apparently he didn't have it any longer. And it was pretty devastating to me. So like, just all of this is just crazy to me to even have the chance to have such a beautiful bike. I was like, I am learning. I don't care. Like, I'm super excited. And I went to Sturgis for my first time last year. I listen to Rock 94.5 KHTQ up here in Spokane, and I listen to them regularly, and they just, like, listening to Buns talk about Sturgis, I've always kind of wanted to go, and it was just so incredible. I was like, I've got to go. And we made the decision last year to go for the first time. And it's such a culture and so wonderful. And I feel so at home there. So I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to be a part of this.
Now, Christy, you told me you're going back this year, even before you knew what you won, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I am going back this year. So
been bitten by the bug.
I have. I actually take my mom with me. My mom goes with me. She's in her 60s.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I'm a little jealous of that fat scooter myself. I tell you that.
Beautiful. I'm so excited.
What a great way to learn.
Yeah, for sure.
Where are you in? What part of Washington are you in?
I'm in Eastern Washington. I'm about 20 miles from North Idaho.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, we've got an office in Washington, and we have quite a presence there. So hopefully one of these days I'll have a chance to meet you in person at one of the motorcycle events we sponsor there. So
yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, like the station is really big about, they're constantly promoting the Law Tigers, and so that's actually where I heard about the contest, and it's really, I mean, it's amazing. The opportunity is amazing that it's out there. You guys do great work. You guys all really do great work.
Thank you. Well, congratulations on being our third place prize winner called Bring the Rally to You, and we'll follow up with you with details. You'll hear from Lionel shortly. So thank you.
Awesome.
Again,
congrats to which other guys. Congrats to the other guys.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye, Christy.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna put Christy back in the waiting room just until the end. Christy, stay with us so that we can bring you back in at the end and give you guys all a salute at the very end with us. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Very cool. Well, we have two more left, and I am going to call out our second place winner, and this is our True Stylin In Sturgis trip, and this is our prize package worth over $26,000, and this is the one that's going to have camping at Glencoe. In fact, we're gonna stock it with drinks and food, and we're going to provide travel expense along with the Scott and Alexa Jacobs meet and greet, the 50 cal gun, the Rockford Fosgate system, the shopping spree at Night Rider, and of course the Hot Leathers gift card. So this is in and of itself a pretty amazing package, and one of these two are going to win it. So should we draw our next name here? You ready to rock and roll on this? Our second place winner is Kyle Runyons. Congratulations, Kyle. Kyle, you're our second place winner.
Oh, yes. Yes.
If you want to turn your camera sideways. I think you're going to want to turn your camera. I think you're sideways, my friend.
I don't know how to do
There we go. We got you now. So, Kyle, congratulations. You're our second place winner. True Stylin In Sturgis trip worth over $26,000. What do you think?
I'm ready to go. Ready to go. Can't wait.
Well, we got some great prizes for you. And actually, I know, Adam, what are you going to be providing as an added benefit?
Well, I might have some extra goodies. I'm going to slide you when I meet you downtown. We're going to spend an afternoon together on the. Have you been to Sturgis before?
I haven't.
No, it's your first time.
No, first time. First time.
Dude, I'm excited for you.
That's the way to do it.
That is amazing. You and I, my friend, will be hanging out on the strip in Sturgis.
I look forward to it. Look forward to it.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'll show you my favorite spots, brother.
Okay.
All right.
Kyle, are you a rider? What do you got for a bike?
Yeah, I've got a Electra Glide 05. It's an old police bike.
Oh, really cool.
Yeah, we know a guy who can help you out with that if you want to do a little furthiness to it.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Hey, Paul, you used to work on police bikes, didn't you?
That's how I put myself through school, was restoring police bikes.
Very cool. Very cool.
Nice.
So how'd you hear about our contest, Kyle?
Honestly, man, I was scrolling through Facebook and it popped up, one of the sponsored ads, and I was like, well, I'm gonna try it, I gotta try it, and I went through and signed up for it, and then I went through and I was looking at the stuff you guys had posted and whatnot, and I would never in a million years imagine that I'd be sitting right here today talking to you guys about it and actually winning second place. So I mean it's unbelievable, really. I mean it's cool.
Very cool. And you live in Tennessee. What's your favorite ride or trail in Tennessee for riding your motorcycle?
We want to go hit the Dragon in East Tennessee, but we ride the Trace a lot, the Natchez Trace. We ride it a lot, up to Leapers Fork in Nashville, and then it goes all the way to Mississippi. So
that's a great ride.
Yeah.
Good riding in Tennessee. Well, listen, congratulations, and we've got to bring in our grand prize winner. I can't wait to see the look on this gentleman's face.
Hey, but Kyle,
yeah, congrats to that guy too.
We'll bring it back in a minute, but you're going to have some really cool prizes.
Hang out in the green room for us for a couple of minutes, and we'll bring it back in afterwards.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Congrats.
All right. Well, I think it's time to announce the grand prize winner here. So without further ado, the grand prize winner with Paul Yaffe custom bagger worth over $90,000 goes to Spencer Pack. Congratulations, Spencer.
There he is. Let's bring him in.
Spencer, you're the grand prize winner.
Are you serious? Oh, my Lord. Baby, we're going to Sturgis and we're getting a new bike.
Look at that. Look at that.
That's
so what
amazing.
do you think about that, huh? $90,000 turbocharged Paul Yaffe bagger. Going to be in your garage.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. That's the bike right there.
We got a 2-car garage, so we already got 2 bikes, but we need a third.
Now you got a 3-bike garage. How about that?
Yeah. Oh, my God. That is beautiful, baby. Look.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. I can't believe that.
The suspense that you were waiting to find out if you won or not. Now you got the suspense of wondering when you're going to take that baby home, right?
Right.
Hey, Jason, let me tell you, I talked to Spencer back on Friday of last week. So this poor soul has been sitting on pins and needles since Friday of last week. Brother, man, I hope it was worth it.
Oh, it was. But
Spencer,
man,
just so you know, I had no idea you won. They didn't tell any of us.
Oh, my Lord.
So Spencer, what are you currently riding right now? What do you got in your garage?
Now I got a Super Glide Custom.
Nice.
Actually, I can show you a picture of it. Give me a second.
That bike might be for sale now, right?
Oh, no, I'm not getting rid of my bike. I'll collect them.
What?
He says that now, huh, Paul?
He hasn't ridden mine yet.
There it is.
Yeah, that's my current bike.
Let's see it. Where is it? Show it to us.
Where's that? How do I switch this camera around?
Hit that little button.
That I don't know. There you go.
Right. There it is.
There you go.
Nice. Very cool.
Well, congratulations, Spencer.
I appreciate it, guys. Oh, my Lord.
So Spencer, just so you're aware, you won. You were the one person out of almost 120,000 people that signed up. You're the guy that won this amazing Paul Yaffe custom motorcycle built by the man himself. with his hands, he's actually the one that was,
The Law
that was
Tigers
working
are
on
giving
it every time I went over there.
the prize of a lifetime, worth more than $120,000. It's Stylin In Sturgis.
There it is.
The grand prize includes a trip to the 81st annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally and a custom Paul Yaffe bagger valued at over $85,000. Your bike will feature Hoffman
I
designs,
can't believe I won the
final
bike.
parts, rolling art custom motorcycle paint, exclusive parts from Trask Performance and ODC suspension, complete with a stay at Glencoe Camp
I know
Resort.
what bike I'll be riding for a while.
So you're also, just so you're aware, you're also getting $1,500 in travel credit, a 10-night stay at a cabin courtesy of Glencoe worth over $5,000, and of course, a bike built by the legend himself, Paul Yaffe. Paul, you want to congratulate the winner? Tell him about this bike.
Yeah, congratulations, Spencer. What's the fastest you've ever ridden on a motorcycle?
Oh, about 115.
All right. Well, you're gonna reach a whole new level of speed.
Oh, that's what scares her.
Make sure you tie that bandana on tight.
I can
Well,
attest
my
to
just
this.
told me I had 2 speeds. Stop and haul ass.
I like it.
There you go.
Hey,
Well, listen,
hey,
we want to bring all the winners in. We want to congratulate them one more time. We want to let everybody kind of just take it all in. Ari, Lionel, Paul, Adam, thank you guys so much for allowing us to be the ones that get to help you deliver this message. That's awesome.
Yeah, hey, one more thing. I know Adam's going to also be spending some time with you one-on-one, actually with you and the second place winner, walking around Main Street and having lunch with you as well. So I forgot to mention that. And then a couple other things. We're going to actually be stocking your cooler also with some cool stuff, some great drinks of your choice. And then here's another thing I'm going to throw out there. If you want to come to Arizona Bike Week 2021, I've already spoken.
2022.
2022. Thank you. I've already spoken. Thank you, Paul. I've spoken to Paul. I've spoken to Adam. We're all going to be there. In fact, that's where Paul and I live. We will put together a ride with you on that new bike. So if you come to Arizona, you've got an offer to ride with the three of us, and we'll have lunch and have a good time. So I wanted to add that to the mix.
Hey, Ari, let me add one more thing. If we're starting to add stuff, let me add something else.
Sure.
I'm sorry, you guys that won, you're out on this. This is for everybody else watching. You 119,000 enter to win. I'm personally going to bring you the rally from the rally. We're going to go Facebook Live on Law Tigers with me every single day, and I'm going to give prizes away every single day. And
nice.
One of the prizes is going to be a trip to next year's rally. I'm going to make that happen. So if you want to win, we'll call it a little gift from me from Law Tigers. Follow me for the live videos as I bring you the rally, and we're going to hook you up. 10 days of prizes. All you got to do is watch, and you'll win.
Look at that. Awesome. Lionel's already giving away Law Tigers money next year. Hey, listen, everybody, thank you very, very much for allowing us to be part of this program this evening. Congratulations to Spencer and Kyle and all the winners of the prize packs. I wished I had won at least the third place prize. I didn't, but I got to be a winner watching you guys tonight. Have fun at Sturgis. We'll see you guys there. Hey, don't forget, you can see this bike in Deadwood at Paul's booth for half the rally, and the second half of the rally, you're going to check it out at the Law Tigers booth in downtown Sturgis, right?
Yep, I was going to say that.
Right.
So you can come see it for yourself. Absolutely.
Yep. Thank you very much, Ari, Law Tigers, Lionel, everybody. Have a great evening. Have a great Sturgis. We'll see you guys real soon, and we're going to go to commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Everything we do at the track shapes what we build for the street and the dirt.
You can see how bad these guys want it. A race to the line.
For us, racing is not for the trophies or the glory. We compete because it makes everything we do faster, more durable, and tested to a higher standard. For S&S, racing is the ultimate in proven performance, and we've been proving it since 1958.
The devil in my dreams, they Hey, this is Fish with Alleyway Customs, and you're watching Torque Performance Television.
And now it's a party. That's one of my favorite spots for Sturgis, just seeing all the bands, and it just reminds me of all the times that I'm going there. Hey, listen, so before we sign off with officially with Law Tigers and that, I want to bring Ari and Adam back in and give them an opportunity to just kind of let everybody know where they can where they can see the bike, where they can find out any information about Law Tigers. And guys, I really appreciate you guys taking the evening. Lionel, Adam, Ari, taking the evening and spending some time with us. This is a big deal. This is a giant prize pack. I was a little jealous, I got to admit.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge undertaking. I just can't stress enough how much time, effort, money went into this. Obviously, it's a lot there, but there's a lot of behind the scenes work that goes in with our marketing managers locally, pushing this out at shops, in 30 plus states we're in, and with Adam doing posts, and he did his own giveaways every week. Lionel, basically running this whole thing behind the scenes, and working with our partners, and you guys have been great. It's truly a team effort. It's a collaborative effort, and it's a lot of work. But this is what we do. We give back to the community, and we support it, and it's just a lot of fun. And again, I'm just so proud that we're able to do this, and I have good friends and colleagues that.
We definitely appreciate the fact that you gave us an opportunity to share this with everybody. I know you guys had 119,200 entries in there, and that's a lot of good work. That's a lot of outreach in the community. And you guys, like I said before, you guys aren't just lawyers. You guys aren't, Adam, you're not just a biker. You guys are all very involved in the community, and we appreciate that very, very, very much. And go ahead.
If I could, I mean, it's one thing to hear it, from Ari at Law Tigers, but, the truth is, I'm honored to be part of this, and I can't take any credit for putting this together. All I can do is say that I know the Law Tigers, and I know when they get behind something, they do something, that it's true and it's real, and people really are going to come on, and people really are going to win, and they are going to follow through, as they do in everything I've experienced with them over the years. This prize package is awesome, and they do it every year, or at least they have up to this point. I'm not saying what they're doing in the future, but they have up to this point, but it's one thing. They say, oh, we're in 30 states, but until you really think about that, they've got guys in 30 states supporting all these little local events that are happening all across the country every day. They're supporting.
It's one thing when you go by. When you go by a motorcycle event and you see that giant Law Tiger that's inflated, and you see how much you guys put back into the community of motorcycle builders and the motorcycle industry, I can tell you from the ground floor, I appreciate you. John appreciates you, and Chris certainly does. So we're gonna wrap up with this and move on to the next part. And gentlemen, thank you very much for spending part of your evening with us and giving us an opportunity to share with your contest winners. And we will see you in Sturgis. We're gonna be there. I'm gonna come haunt your booth. I want to get some FaceTime with that brand new bike before that Okie takes it home and runs the wheels off of it. So have a good night, gentlemen, and thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
All right, John, we have got a pretty big story that just unfolded in front of us there. Not only did we help give away the biggest prize in Sturgis history, Chris Callen, our executive producer and executive director, went to California and rode the brand new Sportster that you and I and Chris were debating about. And I think I have to, after hearing Chris talk last week.
You and I were debating. John was laughing his ass off.
You guys totally ganged up on me, told me I was wrong, and then Chris.
You're still wrong.
Well, if you're wrong, we're just going to notify you. That's
the way I feel about it. You know, you can only control what you say, John. You can't control how you make people feel. That bike is amazing, is it not, Chris? Is it everything they said it was going to be, or what?
So listen, it is other world for Harley Davidson. I mean, more technology in one motorcycle in one offering. And here's kind of the neat thing about that. When you think about the evolution of timeline of model families and stuff with Harley, I go back to when the V-Rod came out, and it was like people were shocked and just like, oh my God, they would have never accepted this motorcycle then. You know what I mean? The fact that we're at a place now where the customer boundaries and separations of who we are, and you know, the motorcycle community as it applies to a potential Harley Davidson customer has come to a place where people are ready for technology, they're ready for performance, they're ready for what's next, you know. And that's absolutely what this bike is. And I know a lot of my chopper brethren are going to be like, dude, you're approving them killing the Sportster, but the Sportster, the Evo Sportster, will be alive in the used market until we run out of oil on this planet to make gas to run in them. But this is something entirely new. They're not trying to make, you know, the Sportster 0.2. This is the Sportster S. It's a completely different bike.
Well, I just wanted to hear that I was right and that you guys are wrong, and you're not going to let me do that. So I'm going to throw a temper tantrum. I want to go to the Gram.
I still believe that there needs to be an entry-level motorcycle, but I even have some news about that. I'm going to hold, and it's not real news, it's opinion, but I'm going to hold that for the first printed edition of Torque. I want to show you guys a couple outtakes. If you missed this stuff, you know, the last couple of days while we were out in LA, I'm just going to play a couple things real quick, and then we'll talk about this bike for a second. Greasing Gears TV and little subversive operation going on, sneak peek. I'm in LA to do the test ride on the new Sportster. There it is in the background, and I figured I'd bring you guys in for a second. Tomorrow we're riding these things, and I'm going to have a full ride review. I'll bring you guys some video, and I'm also going to have a full ride review on Torque for Crystal Cycle Source Magazine, Greasing Gears TV, and this is it. We're out riding the new Sportster S, and you can see beautiful downtown LA in the background. I'm going to give you guys, we've only been on this a short time already, but man, this bike moves, takes off quick. It's amazing for me how much assist technology is involved in this. You know, you can feel everything from the pull out with the clutch to the engine braking is super nice in this. I can't imagine later on this afternoon when we get out in the canyons here. Hey everybody, we are officially in the canyons and starting to ride these things. This is Chris from Cycle Source Magazine, Greasing Gears TV, and man, this is a lot of motorcycle. So spending some time right now trying to get used to the slip clutch deal that they have. Really great riding something, you know, with this much performance out here, and the engine braking is a blast. And let me give you guys a little view of some of the scenery that we're riding, because what a killer place to test these motorcycles, right? This is on the way to Palmdale. So Harley Davidson, you know, I can't thank them enough for bringing us out there and letting us beat the hell out of this thing, because we did. I mean, so check this out. This is the big announcement. Kyle and Travis Wyman were leading this group. So if you can imagine that, like, I don't know if you guys have ever been on a press launch with Harley or not, but everyone at Harley rides like their ass is on fire too. They love to ride. They love to ride aggressive. They're always fun on these press things. But then on top of that, like, you know, number one and number 3 in the last King of the Baggers, like right there riding these things with us and, you know, egging us on. So
we're going to have to run that interview next week, right?
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
We have 2 shows. We have 2 shows before Sturgis really launches. Our episode 15 is going to launch the night before Sturgis really officially opens, right?
Yep.
So Chris and I will already be out there. John, you'll probably be out there as well.
I'm leaving that night.
Oh, his guys, last minute, Charlie. We got to go out there a week ahead of time.
Oh, here we go.
Hollywood there. Look at that thing. Listen, I think it's a great looking bike, Chris. I'm not going to lie. I don't care what anybody thinks. I like it. So whatever.
Well, and you know,
was it a hydraulic clutch, the slipper?
No, actually not. Okay. I had to think about that for a minute. But the cool thing about it is, you know, for me, I'm not hip to technology like that. So the clutch was really neat, because there's a moment between the forward momentum and the reverse momentum of the drag of the motor when you get into engine braking, that clutch like kind of spins up and takes that. Yeah, it's neat. Yeah. It's neat as shit, man.
Yeah, the V-Rods had those.
I can't wait to ride it.
Yeah.
But see, the V-Rod, I felt like, you know where the limitations were in the V-Rod, John?
Yep.
Well, no, seriously, let's talk about that, because I love the V-Rod. And listen, when they came out with the street rod, I rode one across the country in 63 hours, you know, because I was really into that motor. I was really into that bike. I always felt like it should be a touring chassis, but the limitations were the amount of torque. You know what I mean? Like it was hard to pull out. It was, you know, it was kind of clumsy. Like we took them to track days and all kind of shit. You will not find a place in this motorcycle where you'll be without the availability of power. And that was.
You think that's because of the 60 degree?
No, because that's common, but that's the thing I need to make a pronouncement here. Nothing else about that motor is left over from the V-Rod. So if you're thinking, I mean,
no, I didn't. I wasn't trying to imply that.
But I want to reinforce the fact that this is
a lot of people are.
Yeah. Yep. And I want to reinforce the fact that this is some of the latest technologies in materials and platings and coatings, and you know what I mean, like the things that they've done to achieve this much performance in this bike. It's really a leap ahead for Harley Davidson, and probably for their engineers and their design people, stuff that they've been waiting to do. You know, so right, good for them.
Probably the most important question of the night: when can I ride one?
You could have rode one if you went to California with me. I'd have hooked that up, man. That was a blast. So one person is asking already, what's up with the two-tone FLH in the background with a sidecar? Is that another surprise? We do have some stuff coming up with that. I can't talk about it here right now, but we're actually going to try to get Brad from Harley to come on one of these shows, possibly both of them, and talk about that bike. I'll tell you that it was an intercompany project, but the fact that you saw that means that you know how exciting it would be to have sidecar motorcycles back in the Harley Davidson family. So anyway, there's so much more information that we have to unpack about the Sportster. It's amazing. The bike is amazing, and yes, you know, there's things about it. The exhaust we would change. You know, from a custom end of things, I'd probably get rid of the rear license plate tail light thing. But you have to think about modern day motorcycle manufacturing.
DOT stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's just, those are things that
the profile of that bike is proper, if you ask me.
That license plate thing is very, very similar to what came on the FTR.
Yeah,
and everybody took it off.
Look at them front brakes.
Yeah, I'm looking, and yeah, dude, Brembo's, wait till you see the wheel configuration and everything. Like, it was just, you know, and here's what's great, right? Anybody that's been a real fan of Harley Davidson through the years, one of the things I love most about that company is the evolution of the product. You know, and if you've followed the timeline and the story, you know, more than just the old bikes and the Harley and Davidsons and that whole deal. If you follow the evolution of product like since Evo, you know, and talk about Buell and talk about it, for all intents and purpose, everything the V-Rod was, because V-Rod was a giant milestone, you know, but when we're in the press briefing on this and they talk about things like mass centralization and frame rigidity, you know, the motor is part of the frame design, you know, those are things that are coming right out of the storyline of Buell. And, you know, there's undeniably parts of this that you can relate to and probably see that they have extracted some influence from V-Rod, from the Fat Bob, you know, I mean, there's a lot of heart and soul in that thing too, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of evolution of the motorcycle in that thing completely. It doesn't. I like it a lot. I mean, the only thing I didn't like right out of the jump, and I don't consider the exhaust because I change exhaust and everything anyways, is the triangulation of the swing arm. But it was just a design thing that, you know, it's aesthetic. It needs to grow on me a little bit.
Well, and you know, that's one of the things that I was talking about with some of the design guys was I could see the aftermarket responding to that immediately.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like, an opportunity straight out of the gate.
How long before Alloy Art has that swing arm down, right?
Yeah. Let's get Robbie on the blower and find out.
So Alan is also asking, is it like the Pan American? So I have to be honest with you and tell you the only Pan American I've ridden so far was prepared by Toast and Steve Broyles, and it blew my mind like this bike did. Here's the deal. It is not the same motor.
Yeah, the stance is different. The motor is different.
Even the bike is way lighter. The stance is way different. I mean, the one that I keep showing the pictures of, like they come stock with a set of forward controls on it. This is a motor company accessory product, the mids. Right. I would suggest anyone who wants to ride this bike in its proper aggressive presentation would immediately go to the mids because it was a completely different ride. But
was there any discussion on why they don't do that from the factory, especially with everyone switching to them?
You know, there wasn't. There was kind of some back and forth about, you know, it could be this, it could be that, but I think it's just what the market will bear for less of a better term. You know what I mean? Like, it is still what people kind of expect, and you know, I think as we move more into the performance part of things, it's going to be, it'll probably be the mids come stock, and you'll have an aftermarket accessory or a Harley with not even forwards, maybe rears even. Because I could see
rear sets are probably going to be designed on that. That's probably going to be one of the first aftermarket things.
I could see this. I could see this bike with a partial fairing up front, rear sets, and like taking that to a track day. And I'm telling you, from the way it rode, I would absolutely do track days on this bike today.
Nice.
So
saying a lot.
Elaine again is asking, it's not the same motor. No, so actually smaller valves, dual overhead cam, 4 valves per cylinder, 2 exhaust, 2 intake, but the valves are smaller and there's different profile on the port. Some other changes too. Like I said, we're going to go into this in some great detail in the upcoming issue of our first issue, our premiere issue of Torque Mag USA.
Which will launch in Sturgis at our Torque magazine party at the Iron Horse.
But that's all I got for you guys. I'm kicking it back to you. You're on your own.
All right, cool. Listen, it's time to go to From the Gram. We've got 4 great videos.
Here we go.
We've got 4 great videos for you this week, and I went a little aggressive this week on all the videos. John, you're gonna see some pretty good ones. We got some good drag racing videos too. Look at the shoe. The neon green shoe. That one's I just felt like that one was a great place to start for the evening. I don't think any.
I watched this one 40 times.
Did you? Oh, you could
at least
this one too. I think you and I are on the same wavelength, looking for videos online. Don't get your motorcycle, sir. Get your shoe. You know, that kind of stuff sucks, but at the same time, it's kind of funny. It doesn't look like anybody got hurt.
No,
you can't say that for
his pride. His pride was definitely wounded.
I'm sure his pride was hurt. Now, this next video is absolutely Somebody did get hurt in this one. Not serious, not terribly bad, not mortally wounded or anything, but check this video out. It's been around this week. Everything's good. We're at a stunt show. Everything's great. And presence of mind gets lost, and his buddy slams into the back of him. Look at this. This is the most aggressive thing I've seen. Now, just so that everybody knows, I made sure this guy was like alive still before. This was at Shaky Jake 96 was the person. He broke both shoulder blades, one vertebrae, and his foot. He is lucky to be alive. And listen, one of the things, I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do, but man, even in these closed stunt shows situations, you gotta have a presence of mind. Thank God they're both wearing a helmet. And
I saw one the opposite angle. And it was the impact. Like the impact was fucking brutal here. Look.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that moved his bike forward.
The other angle, the fucking impact even looked worse.
Yeah. I mean, so this is pretty serious shit. Watch, he turns right here. Everything's going good. Boom. So
I think the other guy was just as surprised.
I'm sure, things like this happen, and even in closed, that's what I wanted to show is even when you got a road closed off and everybody knows what everybody's doing, supposedly, you see this happen from time to time. And I'm just glad that he's going to be okay. And, we can fix motorcycles, we can heal up, but, it's important and it's okay to, to look at this stuff, and it's online, it's going around. So the third video, this one was, it's not funny, but it's kind of a little humorous. Motocross getting a little out of control here. Everything's good. We're doing that backflip. Son, whoosh.
Man, he was right there. He over-rotated.
He over-rotated.
Yeah, right there. He felt really good, and then he didn't.
Everything was going good. He was skeptical. He was interested, very interested, and suddenly no interest at all. Hopefully nobody's heard in that one too. And our fourth and final video for the evening comes to us from at reckless_203. We had one of their videos on last week too. This one's a pretty good one too. This is I'll just let you see the video.
This guy's talented.
Yeah.
I mean, extremely.
He's extremely talented. And this is probably one of the best saves I've ever seen.
Yeah. like these guys, I mean, the amount of time, you could just tell the amount of time that they ride together.
I was just going to say, these two dudes, look at him. Do you see the dude looking at him? He puts his arm out. He's like, dude,
come on.
What are you doing? And he's
give me my space.
That's a lot of trust right there. And that's a lot of presence of mind. And thank God they both kept it on two wheels.
Yeah.
So I love doing the From the Gram. Yep. You know what? I think it's one of my favorite things. It's a good way to end the evening. Listen, before we go, I want to thank our sponsors, and I'm just gonna let you know that we've got some new ones here. Spectral Oil is on board. S&S Cycles, Electric Lighting, of course, Metzler Tires, Shine Werks. We are live in the Shine Werks studio. Brian Clock and his team over there, they're just kind of a family, and they're great people. I appreciate them. Lexan Moto and NAMS and Badlands. Listen, everybody that helps make this show go. Oh, say again.
You're forgetting one.
Yeah.
Again.
Huh?
What did I forget? Well, the Law Tigers.
No, our latest sponsor.
The latest, the new one.
Help me out here. Throw me a bone. Why my brain is not working. That's not what you guys are supposed to do. You're not supposed to call me out in the air. You're supposed to jump in here with the information.
I'm dying. I can't laugh this hard.
Well, do it. Why, is your hernia still hurting?
No, I'm all healed. I'm healed. So Wiki.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So Wiki's under new ownership, new management. You know what I mean? Made in the USA, lifetime guarantee. Yeah. I got the Indian Challenger is finally arriving here tomorrow. I'm going to have one of the first Sawicki Challenger pipes. We're calling it the Cannon. That's going to be put on that bike. Hopefully pretty soon. Probably shortly after Sturgis. Super excited about that. So.
Well, so the Sawicki deal is a little bit different from some of our other sponsors. So we've done something special with Sawicki. We have signed with Torque Performance Television, Torque Mag USA. Myself and John and Chris, we have entered into a contract with Zwicky for 1 year. They are going to be the exclusive exhaust company on our Torque magazine bikes. So your Challenger, our Sportster, the Torquester, and we are building a small tire bagger for your show for Daytona. And then there's the 2016 Lowrider with all
October or March. When's the deadline on that?
It's going to have to be March. It's going to have to be March. I've got to get my FXR done, dude. If I don't get my FXR done, I'm just not going to sleep.
You're done. Yeah, you're done.
I love my FXR too much. I miss it. I sold the motor out of it and pulled it apart, and it needs to get put back together straight away. So, hey, listen, something else that's going on. I want to make sure that everybody understands that we are going to be set up for the pretty much the entire week of Sturgis at the Steel Pony Campground. We have a Torque performance lot, and I want to thank our anchor, Mr. Pistol Pete Nowaski. He is coming. He's bringing the heat. We are going to have a good time at that lot. He is bringing a 40-foot enclosed trailer, 60-foot of tent, 14 different bikes, 10 of which have turbos on them. He's trying to bring his buddy's Lowrider full, the big giant semi with the lay frame bike. And we're going to party like rock stars during the rally at the Steel Pony Campground. That's the campground that has the pool right there next to the bar, right there on Lizelle, across from all of the stuff that goes over on the other side. We're going to have a good time. So Monday,
look at that guy.
Yeah, there he is.
Look at that. We're all sex appeal.
Show is on Monday with the skinny tire. I keep wanting to say Skinner.
Skinny
tire bagger build off. And hey, listen, I've got a couple of these left here from Clockworks and Hardcore Cycle.
So do we. Got a couple left.
This is your skinny
Build
tire
sheet.
bagger build sheet that goes with your bike. If you want one of these, all you got to do is DM us, and we'll make sure you get one in the mail, courtesy of the folks at Hardcore Cycles and Clockworks. Speaking of Hardcore Cycles, you have the show on Monday. We have our show, the 5th annual performance bike show. This is the original performance bike show, the Little Evil Incorporated, presented by Torque Magazine at the Steel Pony. Registration is from 10 to 12. The show is from 12 to 3. Then we will exit that and go to the Torque Performance Launch Party. I'm super excited about this. The inaugural issue will be there. This is the same place where the Baker Burnout Drags is going on that evening. It's going to be awesome. So our party starts at 7. The Burnout Drags start at 8. And that's at the Iron Horse right there on Lizelle. That'll be on Tuesday night. Wednesday, of course, you have the Parawitz Paint Show is always at the Iron Horse. Lots of stuff going on. There's a V-Twin Visionary show downtown, and it's going to be a full week. Don't forget about the FXR mixer on Sunday. And then Friday, we're going drag racing, John. Let's go drag racing. You and me, buddy.
Nice.
Hey, guys, I didn't get the flyer up for it, but I do want to give a shout-out to everyone at the Baker camp for they're bringing back the All In to Go All Out at the drag strip, too, and I believe that's Wednesday evening. Really good time. It's basically just a run what you brung until you're tired of running it.
So more drag racing, you're telling me, Chris?
That's right.
More drag racing. You can't go wrong with a club sandwich. If you never know what to order, just order the club. You can't go wrong with the club, and you can't go wrong with more drag racing, right? It's my favorite thing to do in the whole world, besides doing this show. And so, listen, if you guys are looking for parts, go to hardcorecycles.com. John, my buddy here, to my left, to my right, this way, right? No, it's the other way. See, I did it again, right there. This guy right here. This guy will hook you up. Hardcorecycles.com. He's always got good sales going on.
Christmas in July.
Christmas in July sale.
Christmas in July, right now.
Someone's got to hook John up with enough money to go to Sturgis. It's his first time.
I'll get there.
He'll hitchhike, right? Yeah. And if you're in Central Florida and you're looking for good motorcycle service, come to our shop, my family shop, Cycle Stop USA. You can check us out online at cyclestopusa.com. And listen, go to Pistol Pete's Custom Cycles also, and he's part of the Torque Performance family, and I'm excited about our new issue, and we're going to talk about that next week. I'm gonna give everybody the rundown of everything we've got coming up in this inaugural issue. I'm busy.
I can't wait to see his bikes again.
I know, dude. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for Sturgis. I have 10 days till I leave. I got a lot of stuff I got to get done, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. Enough that I shouldn't be on here a minute more. Hey, listen, thanks for hanging out with us this evening. This is episode 13 in the books. Myself, my partner, John, and Chris back at HQ. We've all got 10 days till Sturgis, so we got a lot of stuff to do. Thanks for spending time with us in the Shine Werks studio. For Torque Performance Television, I am Jason Hallman. Have a great weekend, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Guys. See you next week.
Bye.